Ohio State currently sits at number 4 overall in the On3 industry team rankings, but the Buckeyes are just getting started. Let's take a quick look at who Ohio State is trending for right now on the recruiting prediction machine. The recruiting prediction machine, or RPM as you'll hear us call it. The RPM is the industry's first algorithm and machine learning-based product to predict where recruits will attend college. We got some important battles here that Ohio State leads for, including a few against Big Ten rivals like Bryce West out of Cleveland, Ohio. The Buckeyes lead the Wolverines by several car lengths here. Aaron Scott is another one that Ohio State and Michigan are going head-to-head on. Right now, OSU is way out front. Then you look at the Armstrong twins from Lakewood, Ohio. The Buckeyes with a sizable lead over Penn State. Let's bring on national recruiting analyst Sam Spiegelman. Sam, the Buckeyes will have some big-time prospects on campus nearly every weekend during spring football. In this weekend, 5-star Texas cornerback Kobe Black is in Columbus for the first time. He's the number 2 ranked cornerback in the country. So what do the Buckeyes need to do with this trip to remain a legit contender in his recruitment? We've talked a lot about Texas and Oklahoma here, but what about the Buckeyes?
Yeah, Ohio State is able to go into Texas year in and year out and pluck a handful of some kids that elect to go out of state, that don't want to play for Texas or A&M or Oklahoma or TCU and whatnot. And Kobe Black has been wanting to get out of state and explore his options. This will be his first time in Columbus, so I think it's a big opportunity for Ryan Day, for Tim Walton to finally open his eyes. I think Kobe Black is beginning to go into that trend. He's going to see Ohio State. He wants to see Alabama. He wants to see LSU. He also wants to see USC, along with Texas, along with Oklahoma. Those are kind of the schools that have been at the top for Kobe Black. But this visit certainly looms large as he explores his options and gets his first look at Columbus around these coaches that have been recruiting him for some time.
Yeah, and then next weekend, another 5-star DB, Charles Lester. He'll be making his first visit to Columbus as well. Can the Buckeyes go toe-to-toe with FSU, UGA, and Alabama for Charles Lester?
Well, we're going to find out, because unlike Kobe Black, Charles Lester is a little bit further along in his process. We kind of know that his top group, it starts with Florida State, which is trending on the RPM. My pick is on Florida State with Charles Lester from Sarasota, Florida. But, Alabama is still in the mix very heavily. So is Georgia. And he's been wanting to get to Ohio State. They've been recruiting him for some time. There's been a reason he hasn't made a commitment at this point in the cycle. This visit looms large to determine if Ohio State can stick with the Florida States, the Georgias, and Alabamas of the world with Lester.
All right. Earlier this week, Ohio State was dealt a blow on the recruiting trail when running back Jordan Marshall out of Cincinnati, Ohio, chose Michigan over Ohio State. Now, it looks like the Buckeyes are going to turn their attention to top 10 running back James Peoples out of San Antonio, Texas. You've been writing a lot about him, reporting on James Peoples. He's a top 10 back in America. What are the Buckeyes' chances here?
Yeah, Jordan Marshall was at the top of Ohio State's board. They were dealt a little bit of a blow to an arch rival this week, but they're still in a really good spot with James Peoples. I've logged an RPM for the Buckeyes here, and he's about to make his first visit up to Ohio State at the end of the month. It's going to be a multi-day visit. What you don't know about Peoples is he's actually not from San Antonio. He's not from Ohio. He's born in Germany. He's a military kid. He's been all over the country. He's got family all over Ohio and Cleveland, near Columbus. So they're going to join him on this multi-day visit. He's also locked in his first official to see Oklahoma and then Ohio State in June. So that's 2 visits on the docket for Peoples. Tony Alford, Ohio State's famed running backs coach, is making him a top priority. They've connected on a really deep level. And then with Marshall off the board, I expect the Buckeyes to go all in for Peoples, one of the best running backs in the country.
Do you think Peoples is looking to make a spring or summer decision, or is he going to take this thing to distance?
Well, he's put together his spring visits. He's going to get to Ohio State for the first time. He's going to get back to Texas and Oklahoma for their spring games, and then he's going to take those summer officials. I'd expect him to have his mind made up before he begins his senior season in the summer.
All right, Sam. Well, we're going to be talking a lot more Ohio State as things heat up on the recruiting trail for the Buckeyes in April, May, and then, of course, into the summer months. Thanks, Sam. Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. And remember to check out all the videos on the On3 YouTube page.